Welcome back to the WREM Morning Show. Joining me in the studio this time around, I got Monmouth College football head coach Chad Braun for our Monmouth McDonald's Coach's Corner. Coach, how you doing this morning?
Doing good, Sean.
You look much more happy than we talked last Monday, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Not a lot to be upset about Saturday. A few things, penalties, and man, we got to learn to catch the ball on defense. We are dropping a lot of interceptions. That's the one thing. Two things that I would say we got to clean up are just, some of the penalties, dumb penalties that we had. That crackback block, that was a really bad penalty. And then, got to learn how to catch the ball on defense, man. I know they're defensive guys for a reason, but boy, we got to learn how to catch it. We've dropped a ton of interceptions this year.
And Brent and I, in the postgame show, we were sitting there like, let's see, what could Coach Braun particularly maybe pick on this week, because everything went well, and that's kind of the places we went to. So
yeah, for sure.
It's always something with you, Coach.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you strive to play a perfect game, and it's probably impossible to ever make that happen. But lot to be happy about. We did a lot of good things, a lot of great things on Saturday. Thought we flew around on defense. We were physical on both sides of the ball, ran the ball really well, took what they were giving us. It was hard to get over the top of them offensively because, they were just bracketing those guys, playing everything so deep. So we didn't get a lot of deep shots and kind of took what they were giving us, threw the ball underneath really well. And, Carter used his legs really well on Saturday too.
Yeah, for the folks that didn't get a chance to catch the score, 69-6, just a blocked extra point away from hitting 70. For the second time this year. I've been doing this, right around 10 years, and we hadn't hit 70. Many chances to hit 70. We've hit 70 twice this year.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It just shows you the offensive firepower that we have, week in, week out. And what's crazy is we're doing it without creating a lot of turnovers. That's the one thing that we've done a really good job in the past, and we just, we're not getting a lot of turnovers. So, we've been doing it without, getting a lot of turnovers. So we're having to move the ball. That's why you see all the yards. We started in terrible field position early on in the game, and our offense just did a great job moving the ball down the field, being very efficient. But eventually we've got to start creating some shorter opportunities for our offense. Can't put them in long fields all the time.
A fantastic job by the Grinnell punter. Brent and I were both talking. The punters got to be walking off the field going, hey, fellas, I've done my job. I've pinned them deep. But you guys just kept taking it down the field on them.
Yeah, it was really, really tough because, he kicks it. It's like, his elevation has to be like 15 yards,
Gets over the line.
Yeah, it's just such a hard thing to do, and you got a freshman kid out there who's a little nervous, doesn't want to make a mistake catching punts, and eventually we told him, hey, just take it off the bounce, and you saw he got the big return when he did that. So, but yeah, they were getting a lot of hidden yardage there, and he did a great job, and we were close to blocking a few and just couldn't quite get to him. So.
Rushing game. We talked last Monday as well. You said we really got to get this running game going. Had a couple guys over 100 yards. McCade Brooks, 20 carries, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. Great day for McCade in limited time with the big lead. Nate Rublick, freshman. But we've seen some other freshmen, and Brent and I talked on the broadcast again that you were excited before the season even started about this freshman stable of running backs. We've seen a lot of them on Saturday.
Yeah. We got a great group up and down the lineup. It's hard even, we played a JV game yesterday, and it's hard to even, get those guys many touches, because we got so many of them. But yeah, I thought they came in and did a great job running the ball. We did a great job blocking up front. But yeah, it's a really, really talented group. Blake Reginald's a kid from Tri-Valley that had a heck of a game, a heck of a year last year. Played great in the state championship, and he's starting to get some carries and do some nice things for us. But we got a stable. It's nice to see Caden Brand bust one there at the end for him. So. So we got a good stable running backs, and hopefully we can retain a bunch of those guys, and it's going to be a dangerous position for us for years to come.
Well, everybody was looking at the numbers on offense, which were record-setting for the Scots, 720 yards of total offense. But I was more impressed with the defense, 136 total yards for Grinnell, who'd moved the ball pretty well all season long, really, it seemed like.
Yeah, they really do some really good things offensively, schematically. They do some really nice things. Obviously, when their quarterback went out, I mean, he's just such a playmaker with his legs, and and it was unfortunate that he got dinged up in that game because he's a huge part of their offense, and I think that's kind of happened to him, kind of the last couple of years with him, and when you're a quarterback and you use your legs a bunch, you just there's that opportunity for that to happen. Unfortunately, it did happen to him Saturday. He's a great kid, great competitor, and it just really limited what they could do offensively once he went out.
What a great game of Anthony Secaucus.
Yeah, Anthony's playing at a really high level. You've seen it the last several weeks. I mean, he's putting tremendous pressure on the quarterback, getting negative plays, tackles for loss. He's starting to play at a really, really high level. Kind of got off to a slow start this year, but man, he is really playing really well for us right now, and providing tremendous pressure on the quarterback, off the edge, and he was great in the run game Saturday too. Had several tackles for loss, so he's a handful to try and block. He's just so quick off the ball and creates havoc. Strong, athletic. He's playing really, really well.
From a physical standpoint, the numbers look good, but I think from a mental standpoint, I think a step forward for sure from that IC game. And that's what you were worried about last Monday, is getting that mental thing going again.
Yeah, for sure. I knew our guys were going to respond after that meeting we had, last Sunday night. I knew how our players were going to respond. And, the whole key for us was we had a great week of practice. We practiced with an edge. We got to continue to do that. We got to continue to get better. We got a good Cornell team coming in. They're second in the conference along with us, just like Grinnell was last week. And they do some really, really good things offensively and defensively. They're pretty tough. So, it's going to be a great challenge for us.
Yeah, for the second week in a row, we're playing a team that's tied with us for second in the conference. That's enough to get your attention.
Yeah, for sure. They like I said, they run the ball very efficiently. They got weapons at receiver. Their quarterback does a nice job delivering it. Their scheme is really, really good from an offensive standpoint. I haven't watched them as much defensively, but I know they're flying around on defense and they're playing good ball. And they always play with a chip and an edge. So we got to come ready to play. We got to have another great week of practice and get ready for this one. And it's going to be it's always tough when you go from homecoming, which great crowd, easy really to get up to play that game because you got great fan support and all that, and now all of a sudden, you're on a fall break where you don't have the student section, so our guys are going to have to get ready to play.
Yeah, we're making a plea right now, folks. Make sure you get out to April Zone Memorial Stadium on Saturday afternoon to take the spot of that student section.
Yeah, please, community, we need you to come out and support us, bring some energy for us, losing that student section this weekend, so we're going to need you on Saturday for sure.
Again, it's always early in the week. It's only Monday, and you're just getting your week of practice started. But, what do you have to continue to do against this Cornell team?
Yeah, for us, the whole key offensively is we got to be able to run the ball and set up things off play action. And then, we got to take care of the football. And we got to start creating some turnovers on defense. We just haven't done a good job of that all year. When we've been around the ball, we've had opportunities. We just got to finish, on defense. And when we get opportunities to make plays, I think we dropped 2 interceptions on Saturday that were right in our hands. We just got to find a way to finish those plays and start making those plays because those are going to be game changers, down the road here. And we saw last week against IC, we had about 3 opportunities to do it, and we could have changed the whole complexion of that game if we get our hands on those balls and finish them. So we're getting there. We're getting in the right spot. Now we just got to finish. So.
That's on Saturday, 1 o'clock against Grinnell College. And, again, we need some folks to show up and see this fun Scots offense go to work and tough defense as well. It's a fun show. It's the greatest show on turf. That's what we were calling it on Saturday. It looked like the St. Louis Rams from back in the day.
Yeah, it was definitely it's fun to watch when we're operating like that. When you're multi-dimensional, when you can only do one thing, it's easy for teams to prepare for. But when you're running the ball efficiently, you're throwing it efficiently, It's super fun to watch, super fun to coach. So hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Yeah, and it's a sneaky good one with Cornell having a pretty nice season at 3-2 overall, 3-1 in the Midwest Conference. I mean, this is a sneaky good one. We got to have it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they got a big win on the road up at Ripon, and I'm sure that sent shockwaves through the conference a little bit, getting that win up there. And it was a tough, Ripon's opening home game in their new stadium. So, they were ready to play, and Cornell went up and took one from them. So, these guys are going to come down here ready to play, and we're going to have to be ready to roll.
They have your attention.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Chad Braun, head coach of the Monmouth College Fighting Scots, here on the WRM Morning Show. We'll be back.